Welcome to the Raising Confident Girls podcast, your guide to raising strong, confident daughters. I'm Melissa Jones, the founder of Girls Positivity Club and a teacher for over 20 years. In a world where girls often feel overwhelmed, anxious, and confused, this podcast is your go-to space. As caregivers, we navigate challenges together. I founded Girls Positivity Club to provide a place where you belong and get the tools to face today's hurdles. Consider this your regular check-in with a trusted friend, offering insights and practical tips for meaningful conversations. I'm here to help you feel confident on this journey of raising a generation of empowered girls. Let's dive in and raise those confident girls together. Hey everybody, it's Melissa and welcome to Pep Talk Friday. This one is for the parent who has had one of those moments lately where your daughter reacts to something and you didn't see it coming. Maybe it was something small. You mentioned something about homework. You ask her to grab something she forgot. You remind her about a plan. And suddenly the reaction feels bigger than the moment. Tears, frustration, a sharp tone, or a reaction that just feels intense for what happened. And in those moments, parents often have two reactions at the same time. One part of you is focused on your daughter. You're wondering what's going on with her. But another part of you is quietly turning inward and asking yourself something else. Did I handle that the right way? Did I help her, or did I make that harder? Am I guiding her well in moments like this? And that second layer, the part where you start second guessing yourself, is something almost every thoughtful parent experiences. Because when your daughter has a big reaction, it can make the moment feel more important than it actually is. It can make you feel like whatever you do next really matters. Like you need to get the response exactly right. But sometimes the hardest part of these moments isn't even the reaction itself. It's the feeling that comes afterward, later that evening, or when the house finally gets quiet. You find yourself replaying the moment, what she said, what you said, your tone, her tone, and you wonder if you could have handled it differently. Parents who care deeply tend to do this a lot. You revisit moments because you want to do right by your daughter. You want to guide her well. You want her to grow up into someone who is strong, thoughtful, and emotionally capable. And when something feels messy in the moment, it can make you question whether you're helping or accidentally making things harder. But caring enough to reflect like that, that's not a weakness in parenting. That's one of the reasons your relationship with your daughter is strong in the first place. Because thoughtful parents pay attention. They notice. They reflect. They care about the impact they're having. But here's something I want you to take a breath and remember this week. Not every emotional moment needs perfect handling to be healthy. Sometimes what matters most isn't the exact words you choose. It's the overall feeling your daughter experiences in the relationship. Does she feel safe enough showing her feelings? Does she know the relationship can handle hard moments? Does she see that emotions can rise and settle without everything turning into conflict? Those things matter much more than one perfectly handled conversation. Because the truth is, growing up involves a lot of emotional learning. Girls are learning how to notice their feelings, how to express them, how to regulate them, how to recover from them. And that process is not smooth while it's happening. Sometimes it looks thoughtful and calm. And sometimes it looks messy and intense. That's not a sign that something is wrong. It's often a sign something is developing. But here's where parents can accidentally make those moments harder on themselves. when a big reaction happens, our brains go into problem-solving mode. We try to interpret the moment, we try to guide it, we try to fix it, and sometimes we also try to make the feelings settle quickly, not because we're impatient, but because we care. Because seeing your daughter overwhelmed can feel uncomfortable. It's hard to watch someone you love struggle, especially your child. But one small shift that can make these moments feel lighter for both of you is this. When a big reaction happens, pause long enough to remind yourself, this feeling doesn't have to be solved right away. Not every emotional moment needs immediate correction. Not every tear needs immediate explanation. Sometimes feelings simply need a little space to move through. And when parents allow that space calmly, without panic, something really helpful happens. Girls begin to learn that emotions don't have to be rushed or hidden. They can be experienced, and they can pass. This doesn't mean you ignore the behavior. It doesn't mean you avoid guidance. It just means you give the moment a little room before deciding what it means. Because sometimes the feeling that caught you off guard is already fading faster than it felt in the moment. And sometimes the most powerful thing a parent can model is steadiness, not perfection, steadiness. A calm presence that says big feelings can exist here, and our relationship can handle them. So if a moment caught you off guard this week, if a reaction felt bigger than expected, if you walked away from the moment wondering whether you handled it right, take a breath before judging yourself too harshly. Parenting isn't built out of perfectly handled moments. I know it seems like that would be so much easier, but it's built out of consistency over time. The steady presence you bring into the relationship again and again. And that steady presence matters more than getting every emotional moment exactly right. You're doing better than you think, I promise you. And I'm right here with you. Thanks for joining another empowering episode of the Raising Confident Girls podcast. Share today's insights with caregivers and friends, building beautiful relationships with strong girls. Hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. We're not just a podcast, we're a community. Follow Girls Positivity Club on social media for more empowering content on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. This podcast empowers you, supporting incredible girls. Let's create strong, beautiful relationships with the girls in our lives. I appreciate you listening today. Stay confident, stay connected. Until next time, keep raising those confident girls. You've got this.